Okay.
I would like thank you very much this interview, and the most important question: what is now the security or the safe information here in Israel? Please explain us.
First of all, the Israeli National Police and its units are working 24/7 in order to make sure that the areas around the country, including all the major cities such as Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Haifa, are safe. The areas are very safe. Our police units are carrying out operations all the time, and there are hundreds of police officers that you'll be able to see in and around the different areas, as well as hundreds of undercover police units as well that are all carrying out operations in order to make sure that tourists, hundreds of tourists, can visit the different areas, and there are no security problems that have taken place, at least over the last few weeks now where we are in Jerusalem.
We talked about before the interview that you get every day a new report. What is the security situation? What is the latest information? Please explain us.
Well, we went through a wave of attacks that unfortunately took place over here over the last 6 months. Since then, the Israeli police have increased its operations in order to find potential terrorists. And now we've changed our tactics, both having extra units in and around the different areas. The intelligence we have, we respond and react immediately, which also includes tracking social network, where we've seen a lot of problems existing about potential terrorists who are writing out messages and then within several hours carrying out a terrorist attack. We are now able to get to those terrorists ahead of time, and due to the fact that there are increased operations and we're tracking social networks, less attacks have taken place, and we can definitely see a decrease in numbers as well as levels of attacks.
What changed in the West Bank that they changed the system to make attacks in the Israeli side? What changed there?
Well, Israel has strong intelligence. Our operations are at its highest all the time. We're capable of finding those potential terrorists and getting to them before they can get on the streets, and that's the most significant change that has taken place over the last few months. If we walk around here in the Old City, there are many police officers. There's thousands of tourists that are visiting the 3 different holy sites, the Church of the Sepulchre, the Western Wall, and the Temple Mount. Day-to-day life continues with security emphasis #1, and therefore making it a lot safer for tourists, Jewish people, Muslims, Christians to visit and walk freely in the streets. Of course, it's tense at times. In certain hours there is heightened security, but in general we can walk around without any problems whatsoever. The streets are safe, and that's very important.
What changed in the Palestine side or on the Hamas when they started to use the knives to kill people here around Jerusalem, inside Jerusalem, in the old town?
Well, in last summer, 2015, we saw a call by extremists, the Islamic movement in the north, which is an Israeli Arab Islamic movement of extremists that called upon local individuals to carry out terrorist attacks. Unfortunately, that call was answered by a very small percentage of the population, 0.0% of the population, who actually became active and carried out terrorist attacks. We have to stop, and we had to stop those terrorist attacks. The majority of the Israeli Arab population is part of our society. We have Israeli police officers, Israeli Arab police officers, Muslim officers that work together within the police force. A major part of the Israeli National Police Force is police work with the community, bridging the gaps and working on a day-to-day basis to prevent incidents before they even occur. But when you have concrete intelligence, which we do have, we can get to those terrorists. When we're talking about a lone terrorist who changes his Facebook page at 9 o'clock in the morning and carries out a terrorist attack in the afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so there is a window opportunity for the Israeli National Police to find those terrorists. And that's exactly what we're focused on, both by operations in the field as well as tracking social media and social networks to find those potential terrorists.
I guess it's a very interesting and very important point that Israeli police, inside the Israeli police, are many Muslims and many Arabs officers. For the foreign people, for Hungarians, for European people, it's very strange, but I guess it's very important to you, and for me it means that the Israeli police and the Israeli government is very open
Of course.
And very free. Explain me this situation, please.
Well, first of all, the Israeli government and the Israeli National Police Force are bridging the gaps constantly that exist within the different societies. We call out to the Israeli Arabs to come and enroll and be part of the Israeli National Police. Our police officers in Jerusalem speak and discuss with the leaders of the different Israeli Arab communities about preventing incidents from taking place. Our Israeli police officers meet with leaders of the Christian communities, with the Jewish communities and the Muslim communities to try and make sure that before there is an incident, we can prevent it. So we're very open both to bridging the gaps, talking to the different members of the different societies, members of the public. We have tremendously important civilian programs that take place where we show our equipment, where we talk to individuals, where we speak to youths and minors to prevent them from being involved either in criminal-related activity or terrorist-related activities. So we're here to bridge the gaps, and that is something that we do all the time within the police force.
Last two questions, and I will be very fast, I promise you. The first time, what do you think, what is your message for the Hungarians who want to come to Israel? Please send the Hungarians and the tourists and the relatives who want to visit the relatives here in Israel. What is your message for them?
Israel is a safe place, the cities are safe. The Israeli police are here to make sure that the areas are safe. We're doing everything possible to make sure that everyone can walk around in the different areas. And the security is a very important part of our society, and we've minimized the number of incidents that have taken place over the last couple of weeks as well, due to the fact that we're on the streets, walking around, present at central bus stations, at public areas. Come and visit, come and experience what it's like to be in Israel. You can walk around the streets at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Families and children visit overnight without any problems whatsoever. The streets are safe, and we're here to make them safe.
Before the interview, we talked about in the last weeks was a couple of attacks from the Gaza to Israeli area. Who did it, and how can you handle the situation? Please, this is the last question, I promise you.
Well, first of all, the Gaza Strip is problematic in terms of the Hamas. It's controlled by the Hamas, and the only strategic problem that exists from there is unfortunately rockets that are fired once in a while from the Gaza Strip into the southern part of Israel, mainly into open areas. We also have an advanced missile system, the Iron Dome system, which can respond, and any rocket that is fired in any populated areas. So there's an immediate response and an interception, which is very effective and has saved many, many lives. So that's in terms of the Gaza Strip area. If there are any threats from within the Palestinian areas, from the West Bank areas, our police operations are implemented or carried out in joint coordination with the Israeli Defense Forces, with the IDF, and we are one step ahead of those terrorist attacks before they can take place. Our units go inside those Palestinian areas if necessary and make arrests and pick up those potential terrorists.
If we're hearing the Sirens, the special voice, what we should do? Because I know you teach the children in the school, but in Hungary and Europe, we didn't get this information. What is your message? What is exactly to do in this situation?
Well, first of all, anyone who is in the southern part of Israel, in the southern district, and if and when a siren goes off, people take cover. There are public buses, public bus stops which are reinforced concrete. The schools in the south are reinforced. The public places and the malls are reinforced with concrete. So if there's any time there is a rocket that is fired in the southern part of Israel, members of the public, people that are walking around, take cover, and therefore there is a specific amount of time. It could be 45 seconds or a minute until a rocket is fired, until it hits inside Israel. But the message to the public is go into a safe area and of course take cover. We've managed to prevent and save people, children, women, schools, the civilian population that has been under a constant threat from those Hamas rockets. But the situation being under control due to the fact that the IDF also responds immediately to any wave of rockets that are fired. But unfortunately, we do have to deal with once in a while when a rocket is fired into Israel.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank you again for this interview, and I promise you we will continue maybe half years or 1 year later. And thank you very much again.
Thank you very much, and we're looking forward to all the Hungarian tourists to coming to visit Israel, Jerusalem, and its holy sites.
Thank you very much, and I promise you I send you the links of the Hungarian TV. It's gonna be Hungarian language, but I want to ask, I want to start it because I know that ezt vegyük fel. I know that you have Hungarian relatives, and I know that you have Hungarian relatives, and you know a couple of first Hungarian. What you know, please tell us.
Well, my grandfather was from Hungary and he survived the Second World War. My grandma was from Czechoslovakia. So always when I meet someone in Hungarian, I'm always asking them, hogy vagy? Always my grandfather was Kessenim, and different words that we picked up within the family. My mother speaks Hungarian as well. But I've also visited Hungary. I visited Budapest, where my grandparents in fact got married at the great synagogue in Budapest. So I like to visit Budapest as well.
It's very good news, and thank you very much again. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you come to Budapest, please call me and call us. Okay, maybe for an interview also,
Perfect.
like in civil
Civil,
clothes.
yes, of
Tell me
course.
what is your experience in Budapest.